video. Today we're going to need water, some hair ties, a comb, and a brush. So to start with, I'm going to brush through my hair to make sure that there are no tangles or snarls, and then I'm going to spray it with some water to help those flyaways. I freshly washed this yesterday, so it's a little crazy. Don't spray yourself in the face. Next, I'm going to comb it all back to get it nice and smooth. After you have it all combed back, we're going to start in the front and take a section. I'm going to slow down the video so you can see. Take a section in the front. If you have bangs, you might want a smaller section. If you don't have bangs, you can make it a little bit bigger. But since I have bangs, we're going with about a 1-inch section. I'm going to comb that to make it nice and smooth and then split it into 3 sections. Once you have your 3 sections, you're ready to braid. So to start with, I hold 2 sections in one hand, and then I reach over and grab one hair, and then go over and then over again. And then on the 3rd time you're going over, lay down the one section, and then pick up a little bit of hair on the same side as the section you just pulled over the rest of the braid. Hold on to that, pull the next section over, grab a little bit of hair, and add that to your section, picking up the one you put down. And again, we're going to reach over, grab the section, lift a little from the side, pick up the section you let down, and then go on to the next section, crossing it over, picking up a little hair, combing it if you need to because it does get a little tingly at times. And then we're going to speed it up a little bit, continuing the same pattern. So cross it over, lift a little section on the side to add to your braid, pick up the section you put down, and then go to the next side. Basically, it's a back and forth movement. One side over, next side over, etc., and so on. Once you get to the back, you are pretty much going to have to do it by feel if you're doing it on your own head. If you're doing it on someone else's, it's actually a lot simpler. I just try and take small sections as I go down the back of my head and do a lot of feeling to see if I've missed any or if I've got it all. And once you get to the bottom and you have all your hair already braided in, you're going to just finish with a regular braid. I always pull mine off to the side because it's, hard to move your arms that way. And then finish off with your hair tie. Typically I would have used a small one, but today all I had is a big one. And there you have it, a French braid straight down the back. You could also part your hair down the middle and do 2 of these, one on each side. So now I'm going to show you a different kind of French braid that I like to do with my bangs sometimes. So start in the front with this deep part to the side, take a section, much like you started the last one, split it into 3, and start braiding. And so for this one, we're going to pick up hair on the front of the braid, but not on the back of the braid. And so when you braid over, pick it up in the front, pull that one forward, but don't pick up any in the back, and then continue down the front of your face. Or your hairline. I guess that would be the more professional way to say that. And then once I get to about here, I start just braiding it like normal. And I braid it towards the back of my head. And once I get almost all the way to the ends of my hair, I do what some people like to call pancaking. So I just very gently pull little sections of the hair out to make it bigger and fuller, and so it's not so flat on my head. And then I bobby pinned it behind my ear. So let's do it on the other side too. So again, small section, you're going to braid and pick up only the hair in the front, not the hair behind your braid. And again, we're going to go down to about, I don't know, an inch above your ear. And then braid the rest of it out, just like normal. And I braid it towards the back of my head so that it will eventually pin back there smoothly. And again, like the other side, we're going to pancake it or spread it, or I don't know what else you want to call it, to make it a little more full, because this braid obviously is smaller. And again, I'm going to tuck it back there with a bobby pin, and then just put my hair over top of it. And there you have it. Alright, last one. So my sweet little mini me is helping me with this one. We're again using the same tools we used with the first braid. Water, spray, and this time we're using bobby pins and no hair ties. So first I brush out her hair to make sure there's no tangles, nothing hiding in there. And then I start on one side and I spray it down with some water and then comb it through, much like I did with my French braid. And so with hers, I have to straighten up the part because her part goes crazy. So make sure it's a nice straight part. She has bangs, so the front is a little different. And then much like the second braid I did, I take a small section in the front and we're going to do what she likes to call the crown braid. So we're going to French braid it just like we did mine, down the side. And so on this one, I take little sections underneath the braid and little sections on top of the braid, so that she has hair left hanging down below. So a little section here, add it, and then a little section on top. And again, you're following that same back and forth, one over the other pattern. And when I get to about here, I start braiding all the way down to the end of her hair, and then I put a bobby pin in it just to hold it. Well, after I finish picking up the rest of them. Okay, now we're going to move on to this next side. I left her bangs out for this one because she likes her bangs in the front. So again, taking a small section, we're going to pick up small sections above and below the braid. So just little tiny ones on the bottom because you want to keep some of that hair out and down. We're not braiding all back. And then with this braid, we're going to braid it back towards the other braid we have already done so that we can combine them together. And so now what I do is I take out that bobby pin, I cross them on top of each other, like that, and then I take the bobby pin that I just used and slide it into the top braid, making sure I catch the other braid as well. Use one more bobby pin to catch that other braid and make it nice and smooth in the back. And there you have it.